Iowa, one of the slowest paced teams in the country. We'll see who can get the game played on their terms in terms of pace.
Jeremy Fears with it with a smile, leading the nation in assists per game, just under 10 dimes per. Looking for his first. Cooper couldn't hang on.
Going to play incredibly methodical, and it's going to test Michigan State's patience defensively.
Bennett Sturts with it now. Last 2 games played all 40 minutes, leads the Big Ten in minutes played. They match turnover for turnover. Well, a foul call just...
The ball are just cutting through. You better put your hard hat on when you're taking on the Spartans.
And Iowa matching that physicality is a fair question.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Iowa's not a huge team, not an overly physical team, but they're certainly not going to back down because they got quite the leader in this guy.
Bennett Sturts, that's what he does. He made 6 of those against Ole Miss last week, and he's 1 for 1.
It's so hard to stop guys that can make threes off the dribble. Those are way tougher to stop. And he is really comfortable rising up and knocking down long-range jump shots.
And watching him in warm-ups today at shoot-around, I don't know if I saw him miss a 3. He looked awfully comfortable.
He was feeling it this afternoon.
Cooper finds the lane, rolls out. Sturts has a 3 and his first rebound. They don't want you to call him slow on offense. They want to be known as efficient.
Efficient. We're splitting hairs a little bit. I mean, the tempo numbers are what they are. At Drake, they were the slowest paced team in all of college basketball this year, ranked 357th at Ken Palm's tempo metric.
Those were the Farmers Insurance starting lineups. Sturts with 3 to shoot, little floater. And a rebound to Cooper. Rebounding you, as Tom Izzo said to us earlier today.
And because they rebound so well, they can get out and run and transition. Iowa's going to have to really sprint back because Michigan State is electric in the open floor.
Cooper had it knocked away into the hands of Sturts. Up to Banks. And Iowa has a quick lead of 5-0.
What a catch from Banks. One hand to corral it, not travel, and get it to go through traffic. Nice kick ahead and finish in the open floor off the turnover.
Jaxon Kohler, leading scorer, leading rebounder for the Spartans so far. And it'll come back to Iowa. Michigan State,
athletic player on this Iowa roster.
A stat that says a lot about how Ben McCollum wants to play on offense. Iowa leads the Big Ten in field goal percentage so far.
And they're 8th in the country in 2-point field goal percentage. So even though they're not big, they get layups.
Sturts made 1 of those, missed his second. Kohler rebound, Fears pushing.
Look out.
Kurtang wide open, cashes in.
And Tom Izzo said, we need more out of our shooting guards. Well, that guy right there really needs to knock down shots. That's the one missing piece for this Michigan State team. Can they make enough threes?
Calls him the best pure shooter on the team. Has been struggling recently. Good look inside. Maniau slams it home.
What a play from Combs, who's emerged as that secondary ball handler. Nice drive and dish in the paint.
Efficient offense, playing well for the Hawkeyes so far. Kohler, double-double against North Carolina last game. Got his own rebound. And
they've gotten the ball to their strength and where it lies, and that very few programs have. 4-year guys that can really help mentor the young guys, mentor the transfers. I mean, Tom Izzo just couldn't speak higher about the 4 captains on his team.
Cale Combs just brought the ball up. That is key for Sturts tonight.
It's huge. It takes the load off of Sturts so he can score.
Now this is the guy they really want to get going. Fulgaris missed his first foul called against Iowa. Goes against Tavian Banks, his first.
That can knock down threes, which makes the coverage even more difficult when he's in 2-man games with Bennett Sturts. So Fulgaris, although he comes off the bench, is really important for Iowa.
Inside to Kohler, double teamed. Fears had 19, a career high in his last game. Shot clock now to 10. Ball knocked away into the hands of Combs. And right back to Sturts.
Iowa is pretty good at getting steals. They're number 1 in the Big Ten, 7.5 steals a game for the Hawkeyes.
Banks, Lane had it knocked away.
Gotten him to this point and bringing the whole core with him.
If you're going to say quarterback, I'm going to go to what Tom Izzo said earlier today. He compared Ben McCollum bringing those guys with him to what Kirk Cignetti has done in football at Indiana.
I think it's a pretty apt comparison if you ask me too. getting thrown into the fire here, having to defend the front line for Michigan State.
Spartans so far more turnovers 3 than made baskets. Switching on Jeremy Fears, aggressive defense, man-to-man played by Iowa. Foul called against Combs. Tom Izzo stood right here a few hours ago after their shoot-around as Fears drops his first. Talking about his point guard, he said,
to an incredible start, learning how to run a team. The big transition, point guards don't just play the game of basketball, really run the team. And Fears understands how to push all the right buttons for his group. Leading the country in assists right now at 9 a game.
Two teams at 7-0, locked up at 7 now, just inside of 15 in the first. Fulgaris. Shot clock becoming an issue now, down to 5. Sturts inside. Foul called against McCullough.
Really gets tested when you're taking on Ben McCollum's group.
And he talked to us today about contrasting or combating Michigan State's transition style. He said, what kind of shots are we taking?
Yes.
How good is our offense running? And that's how he wants to defend against them running.
Yeah, because when you take the right shots, you're usually in the right position for defensive balance.
Strong to the hole. Kohler with a rebound. That was the first miss from Isaiah Howard, just in off the bench. Fears, pull up. And Michigan State struggling with their shots so far.
I'd go back to Kohler in the post. I think that's the best advantage to establish right now for Michigan State in the half court. I thought the shots he got early were really good. They just rimmed out.
Seeing examples of the pace, methodical. Fulgaris from the lane. And Kohler with another rebound. He's been the best in the game so far. Foul called underneath against Iowa.
I think everybody else in the Breslin Center echoes that sentiment.
Perhaps best dunker in the nation, wearing number 55, and really developing more of an all-around game this year, too.
I agree. He was a human highlight film, and now he's a true player.
Tom Izzo said he fell in love with the work of the game this summer for the first time, and it's starting to pay off. Shot clock down to 5. McCullough, they don't want him with it there. Bodies hit the floor. And a foul called against Michigan State, and how the Hawkeyes would hold up. It's still early, but what are you seeing?
So far, I think Iowa's handled it pretty well.
He said pretty much in every press conference, our two guards need to be better.
Yes.
Just saving that is Manyow. Combs, Fulgaris. Shot clock down to 2. Deep 3. Manyow skied to get it, but could not corral it.
And see if the Hawkeyes are either going to come with a double team, and you can play off of that.
Michigan State start of the season 22. They're already up to 7th nationally. The fastest risers, the biggest jump in the nation. Carr elevates. McCullough for 2.
Nice read from Cohen Carr. Looked like he was going up for that little mid-range fall away, and he sees the dump down. But again, where Michigan State's advantage lies is in the paint and in that front line. You got to dominate those two areas.
Iowa hasn't scored in over 3 minutes. They've missed their last 4 attempts. Sturts, Fulgaris. He's 0 for 2. Foul called against Isaiah Howard.
Well, we'll have a plan. Whether we double or we come with a dig, we'll have a plan. He kind of gave me that wry smile. Like, I'm not telling you. You'll find out at 7 o'clock tonight.
We were ready to jot it down.
I was.
Like, nope, going to have to figure that one out. Travel, another turnover against Michigan State.
Played on their terms, at least early on.
Spartans on a 6-0 run. Iowa with no points in almost 5 minutes. Sturts opened the game with a 3. Hasn't hit one since. Offensive foul against Fulgaris.
Easy call. Watch on the handoff, just moving a little bit, trips up Jeremy Fears.
Trey Fort, transfer from Stanford, their leading scorer last year. Fears, Kohler. He's been hot from three here these last couple of games. Goes inside. He's found that a couple of times. Carson Cooper couldn't convert. Manyao rebound.
Boy, Iowa dodging bullets, so Kohler getting to his spots and getting to his patented right-hand jump hook, just missing some easy ones. I'd like to see him use the glass right now when he gets to his spots.
Combs to the lane, back out to Sturts. That's the shot he wants. Not close. Manyao puts it back.
Bricks are oftentimes the toughest ones to rebound defensively, and that was an out of character brick from Bennett Sturts.
Come off the board kind of hot.
It does.
That was also Iowa's first offensive rebound.
And physicality at 18 points and 10 rebounds in a win over Arkansas. A man down in the front line for the Spartans.
Ford almost picked that one away. We'll see how long they leave Cooper, one of four averaging double figures on the bench with those two fouls. Late to Manyao, three to shoot. Kohler, good defense. Iowa with just over 1 second to get this shot off. Koch. Fears rebound. Always eyes up, averaging those 10 assists per game. Happy to do that as well. Sixth man of the year in the Missouri Valley.
Athleticism, his defense, his rebounding, everything. Iowa averages 21 points per game from the free throw line. They get a lot of their offense from the line, so that's certainly an area to keep an eye on. To the body of Bennett Sturts.
Koch, three. Off the glass, no. Scott, the freshman, comes up with it. Freshman from Reston, Virginia.
Have a nice roster blend. You want to have some continuity and some returners. You want to have some high school guys that you sprinkle in, and then, of course, you go to the portal. I think this is exactly the blend that you want in 2025, 2026 college basketball.
So Ben McCollum wants the slow pace. He didn't want his Hawkeyes to be under 10 points with 9 minutes left in the first half. They've made one for their last 7. Sage.
It's pretty minimal.
He was a Drake commit, and after Ben McCollum came to Iowa City, he followed him here. It's almost like you can hear the officials meeting before the game, knowing the physicality was coming, say, we're going to call this one close in the first half.
Agree.
And another against Cam Manyao. And one of the examples of how much better he's shooting the ball this season compared to last.
That's addressing the one hole in his game, is that outside shooting. If he starts knocking down those perimeter jump shots with regularity, good luck defending number 1 for Michigan State.
So Sturts hit that three right away, hasn't scored since. They really need to get him going again.
Good call. He's got to force the issue a little bit. I don't think he's really tried to get downhill yet.
Taken away, Carr has it. Fears, ready to push. Iowa back quickly on defense. Looking inside to Kohler. Carr three. Look at Kurtang. And put back up and in by the freshman. Jordan Scott with 2. Michigan State with their largest lead. Sturts, fade away. Offensive foul. Rate higher for the Spartans. Pat Fitzgerald back in the Big Ten, and they are excited in East Lansing. Kurtang, Kohler, pretty dish.
Michigan State is settled into this game in large part because they are doing an incredible job on Bennett Sturts on this end of the floor.
Large part because of their defense here. Iowa's made 1 for their last 11 shots. Michigan State enjoying its largest lead. Sturts, floater. Late whistle, he'll go to the line.
Can roll, but instead of an on-ball screen, it's a down screen. Have really been down in a stance and forcing Sturts away from the ball. So it's a team approach, but they've done a really good job in ball screen coverages, slowing down one of the best guards in the country.
Wojcik is checked in with the ball right now. Kohler already with a game-high 7 rebounds, coming off a double-double against North Carolina. Carr, turnaround. Kohler, put back.
Well, what did Ben McCollum say? Compounding problems. We have to be able to stop the bleeding on the road. Iowa needs an answer.
Off the hip, turnover.
With forging an identity year in and year out. Rebounding, transition offense, and the rebounding is really looming large here early on for Sparty.
Double team Kohler, back up to Scott. Knocks down a 3.
Pet play for Michigan State. Little pin down into a post up. The dig has to come, and the right read from Kohler finds Scott for an open 3.
Spin move, Combs.
Wide open rhythm 3, but it starts with the post up from Kohler.
As you mentioned, McCollum said, got to stop the bleeding. Can't have the violent runs.
Yeah.
This is a violent run.
It is.
Fears left open, takes 3. 17-1 Spartan run.
Just reading and reacting. Go under the screen, get caught in the mush, and you're able to line it up and knock it down for Fears.
Sturts. See if that can get Sturts going, see if it can get Iowa going. They find themselves down 14 in a game they led early. Ugo Chukwu transferred from Miami, spent 1 season with the Hurricanes last year. And Fears fouled on the baseline. C and Peacock. And Fears is getting it done from the line. And Michigan State 11 out of 12 from the stripe. He's a perfect 8 out of 8.
Got to get Sturts in a rhythm and a groove. Look at that deny from Fears. Didn't let Sturts get the ball.
Got way downtown. And he did that so well in California last week.
Brendan Hassan in the game for Iowa. Number 15. Kansas State transfer, can really shoot it. Made 93s a year ago. He's on the floor to spread the floor and knock down shots.
Also played at Villanova a couple seasons before. Carr, watch out. Lost control, but it goes in.
Iowa's got to have more bodies in the paint, helping out on the rolls.
Deficit bigger than Iowa's point total right now. Picked off by Ugo Chukwu.
Well, I have no idea what Bennett Sturts was looking at there.
Well, Michigan State seems very comfortable slowing it down and playing at Iowa's pace. Foul called against Michigan State that time.
Helpers have been on point. Really impressive defense from Michigan State in this first half.
Yeah, Sturts, a guy who averaged 19 points last year and this year. And a strong take goes in for Brendan Hassan.
That's a rare 2. 83% of his shots were 3s a year ago. So he very rarely gets into the paint and takes a shot around the rim. But sometimes for a shooter, you get one to go down, you're feeling a little bit better about that open 3.
Kohler's had a hard time finding the bottom of the basket here. Tough fadeaway. His struggles continue. Mannion rebound.
Good job, Iowa. Kind of digging in the post a little bit, just making Kohler think. To below 10. You get the, if you can go into the halftime with this thing at 10 or below, I'm sure you're feeling decent about things.
Low score reminds me of what Tom Izzo said during the week. He said, we don't want to play a slow style, but if you drag us into that kind of fight, we can do it.
Agree. They've proven that over the years.
Fears has looked so in control as he loses the ball that time. Scott gets it back. Now inside of 10 to shoot. Only player in double figures today gives to Carr. Cohen Carr doing Cohen Carr things.
And Jeremy Fears doing Jeremy Fears things as well. A lot of traffic, but he sees through it all and drops it down to Carr.
Well, he's feeling it, just had the 2 and drops the 3.
What a lift Hassan has provided. He's got a layup, he's got a couple of free throws, and what did I say? Sometimes when a shooter gets a free throw and a layup to go down, they're feeling good, and he knocks down a 3.
They'd like for his defense to be better, but they live with it because that's what he can give them. Kohler, way off on a 3. Carr, another slam.
And Michigan State just, they'll pursue every rebound. Even if you can just get a hand on it, it keeps it alive, and you have other Spartans pursuing it, and Carr is able to grab it.
Winning in the paint, no surprise, 14-6 right now. Austin has hit the last 2 buckets for Iowa. Gives off to Howard. 5 to shoot, deep 3, in and out. Kohler rips down another. Game high 8 for one of the 4 captains.
I like it. Tom Izzo, one of the rare times he says, slow down, let's execute something.
Kurtang has played sparingly here in this first half. Inside to Kohler. He's had it down here a bunch. Great spin move for the finish.
Just don't think he got any chance one-on-one in the post. There's got to be a double or a dig. Too much room, and Kohler has got elite footwork. That was pretty.
8 points, 8 rebounds for number 0. Quick 3, and Carr rebound. Michigan State almost with twice as many rebounds as Iowa. And Izzo calls the timeout.
2 years ago, he had 0 double-doubles. Last year, he had 8 double-doubles. And let me tell you, he's going to get probably around 10-plus double-doubles this season.
He's close already with 8 and 8. Inside a minute now, Fears to Tang. Scott with it. And a foul called against Michigan State. Eight-second difference between the game clock and shot clock. Howard, double team. Bulgaris, open 3. Good look for Iowa. Scott rebound. Now Michigan State already up by 14. A look to add to that cushion.
Going to hold for 1, so you know what that means? It is going to be a war when this shot goes up. Every Spartan is going to be crashing the glass. Iowa has to put a body on somebody.
Here's already has 10. Step back 3. Iowa had the early lead in this one, but it didn't last too long. Michigan State controlling the boards.
What needs to happen, though, is Koch and Fulgaris got to knock down some threes to loosen up the pressure on Bennett Sturts as well. So it's on the other Hawkeyes to help out his game, too.
Great point. Iowa doesn't have a single player with more than 4 points. Fulgaris working, might have taken steps. Yes, he did.
That's a tall task, though, taking on Kohler one-on-one.
So much talk pregame coming into this one, Nick, about how patient Iowa is on offense. Jeremy Fears has been just as patient.
Yeah, and he's done an amazing job drawing fouls. 8 for 8 from the free throw line in the first half was Fears.
He's the only player in double figures, and elevating was Carr.
I think a key part to this second half is going to be Iowa's ability to play defense without fouling. That's got to get cleaned up.
Michigan State, huge advantage at the line so far. They've made 13 out of 14. Fulgaris has not scored tonight. He goes to the bench with 3 fouls. Urach is checked in with the ball now. Back-to-back violations traveling against Iowa. Tom Izzo talking about Fears after their win over North Carolina. Said that was his best all-around game, 19 points. Talked more about how he's just loved how he's running my team right now. That's what he said. Kurtang, good look for him. And that foul goes against Combs.
gets called, and I think I like this decision from Ben McCollum, though. You might as well leave some of these guys out there to try and get something out of them.
Kohler solid first half, 8 points, 8 rebounds. Tang, tough shot. He'll take it.
Tough is an understatement.
Better make that one before you go back to the bench. Well, that's acceleration and a block from Cooper. Right out to Fears. They haven't run much tonight. Back to Cooper. Sturts has it. One-on-one behind the back to Combs. And a whistle called against Michigan State.
But you're right, there have not been very many open floor opportunities for Iowa. Been challenging, scoring on Michigan State in the half court.
Cale Combs converts from the free throw line from Wyoming to Drake to Iowa City. One of 6 who followed McCollum. And Michigan State throws it away. Iowa will look to capitalize here.
Quite the gaze from Tom Izzo to Kurt Tang is just not on the same page.
But hard to believe that Iowa led this game 5-0.
Yes.
The way most of that first half played out, with Michigan State growing the lead to as many as 17. Physical take, Cooper another rebound. Fears. More than happy to slow it down, guarded by Koch. Finds the lane. And Kohler crashed the boards. Cooper's played 4 times against Iowa in his career, looking for his first field goal against the Hawks, posting up inside. Kohler's got 9 rebounds with the ball now. Two to shoot, Carr, lane. He elevates so far above the rim, he just kind of drops it down.
Right. A lesser athlete probably misses that shot or gets it blocked, but he's able to corral the loose ball and elevate to the apex of his jump so quickly, and his apex is just a little higher than most people's apex.
And in true Iowa style, they took the shot clock down inside of 2 before making that. Sturts 3.
Man. Wow. This is where, as a role player, you got to see that your star isn't shining too bright. Go make something happen for him.
Come back to the question I asked you at the top of the show, and how is Iowa going to handle this environment tonight? And scoreboard says a lot. Cooper, spin. Stuffs home his first career bucket against Iowa, and the Spartans have their largest lead at 20. Starts, baseline, little floater. Maybe there's the easy one. Oh, it wasn't that easy.
No, but that's probably the easiest shot he's had all game. And here, you got to go explore here, Paul.
He's got Howard. Good hustle by Fears.
Hey, but Sturts, when you don't have it rolling from 3.
And he's one of their best practice players so far.
Every day brings it. Intense. He is a guy that you never have to worry about whether or not he's ready to compete.
Ugo Chukwu from Miami. One of those 2 guards Tom Izzo would really like to see step up. Carr, back door. Cohen Carr completes the 3-point play. And even though Michigan State lost their top 3 scorers from last year's Big Ten championship team, they brought back their top 2 rebounders in Kohler and Cooper. And those 2 have more rebounds than Iowa has as a team right now. Howard, open deep 3, nails it.
Howard's coming off a great game against Grand Canyon. 19 points, make 3 threes as well. So he's capable. And somebody else, we've talked about it the whole game, somebody else is going to have to score for Iowa.
Get a feeling that's going to be a lot of what December is about. In addition to winning games, to locating that second and third best score to Sturts. McCullough, 3 to shoot. Redshirt freshman, back door. 2 more free throws for Cohen Carr.
He's got a nice start to this second half.
It is becoming more of a well-rounded offensive player.
One thing he's doing a good job of, he is an excellent back cutter along that baseline. He's not a great 3-point shooter, so instead of standing in the corner, he back cuts, which puts pressure on the defense, and if he catches a back cut, look out.
Combs, nice dish inside, and the tip back in by Maniau. Another from Wyoming to Drake to Iowa, his first year as a Hawkeye. Kohler is checked back in. He's awfully close to another double-double. Freshman for three. Look at Carr elevate. 10 points, only 3 assists. And I say only because he averages a nation's best just under 10 per game. Voulgaris back in with those fouls. That's a dish from Sturtz back outside. Howard, Sturtz. Let's see if he can find it here the rest of the second half.
Well, that ball was popping, wasn't it? That was a nice possession. Multiple Hawkeyes touching it, giving up good shots for a great shot for Sturtz.
Yeah, slower pace doesn't mean that you're not working it in a crisp way around.
Exactly, not just holding the ball. They're moving it.
Fears, McCullough. Big hop step. And a rebound to Sturtz. Iowa down 13. They've trailed by as many as 20 in this half. Hawks have also hit 4 of their last field goals. Howard's had a good second half, spinning in. Oh, he missed from point-blank range.
Man, those are the shots that gotta go down.
Kohler off the glass.
That's that early post-up. Kohler got into his body early, Voulgaris' body, and is able to root him up the floor and get the high-low. But that's all stems from a transition post-up.
Banks had it knocked away by Scott. Back to Michigan State.
So watch Kohler get into the body of Voulgaris. Already starting to work him in the middle of the floor.
Keep in mind, Voulgaris has 3 fouls. Back to Kohler. Scott. Now they have 5 to shoot. A little too low, and here comes Combs. Has Howard up ahead. Gives the other way. Voulgaris with a dunk.
Couple of run-out easy shots in the open floor for Iowa in this second half. Couldn't get any easy ones, and it's only a 13-point deficit. Iowa needs to take a deep breath. They are still very much in this game.
Well, they can start making some threes here. Only 5 out of 15 right now. Pair of Spartans in double figures right now. Kohler and Fears both have 10. And on the bench, Carr has 13. And a block from Savion Banks. Spin, Kohler. Well, he earned that too.
I think Iowa needs to come with a full double or a hard dig. You have to force Michigan State to knock down some threes. One-on-one in the post with Kohler isn't going to end well, in my opinion.
Maniau dish inside, Kohler rebound, but a whistle just before.
Put a little pressure on the Spartans, but certainly it's been tough sledding all game long for Iowa.
That's something they have not been able to do, is get that lead to single digits. They need something better right now.
Well, if I'm Michigan State, if I was going to play one-on-one in the post with Jaxon Kohler, I'm going right back inside to Kohler.
Well, he's got an advantage right now with Banks on him. Banks at 6'7". Kohler already with a double-double, his second in a row. And that's what they want to do with it.
Yeah, Banks did a good job fighting on both sides to deter the catch.
Shot clock down to 5. Backdoor Fears.
Pretty.
Well, that's nice.
That is so pretty. Two guys that have played a lot of basketball together. A little give and go, and great poise for a second shot fake around the rim for Fears.
Banks inside, whistle just before he got it. You do say Jaxon Kohler with a double-double often, and he's got another, as I mentioned. Affected inside, Cooper with the rebound. They kick it out to Fears. Inside Kohler, ball knocked away, and a foul called against Tate Sage.
Passing, he is excellent.
Michigan State out rebounding Iowa, but also with more assists so far. Just hit double figures with 10. Kurtang, little pull up from the elbow.
Love it. Little old school, a little pin down screen to the elbow for a mid-range.
How happy would Tom Izzo be if he started knocking down jump shots?
Oh, man, that's the missing piece. That's the last piece to the puzzle. Those shooting guards starting to knock down shots.
Banks 3, Maniau rebound. Fresh 20 for the Hawks as we approach the halfway point here of the second half. Back to Maniau. Little pull-up for Sturts, had it knocked away. Kurtang, 3 seconds to shoot, not close.
And how about Wojcik getting another stretch here for Michigan State, guarding Bennett Sturts.
Transfer in from the Ivy League. Koch corner 3, in and out. Kurtang rebounds, so he hits the bucket, gets the board. Wojcik, Carr, and that's offensive. No surprise, 14,797. Don't agree. A big week for Breslin Center. They've got Duke coming in here this weekend, the opener of the Big Ten Conference tonight. Introduced the new football coach today, taken away almost by Kurtang.
What a couple of minutes from Kurtang. He's been disruptive defensively.
2 to shoot. Sturts missed another 3. Tang rebound.
And Combs, I think, got poked in the eye. Plugging up the lane, forcing Wojcik to knock down a shot.
Tang for 3. Not close. McCullough keeps it alive. Still working. Little jump hook. How about that sequence for the redshirt freshman?
Pretty. Took his time after getting that rebound to get his feet underneath him for that jump hook.
Part of the new we talked about, didn't play at all last year. Kind of old school redshirt him. Getting him ready for this season. Ready to double team. Starts there. Wojcik working on him. Foul called against him. And see if he can get up into double figures. And he does it right there.
You talk about a prototypical perfect Tom Izzo power forward. Cam Ward is.
Hey, I was excited to see him. He only played 16 minutes against North Carolina last game. Had 11 points. It was just active around the basket.
Yes. Physically, he is there even as a freshman. Trying to get that ball in the post to Jaxon Kohler. Good ball pressure from Cooper Koch.
Wojcik to the lane, draws a foul. Coming in from Harvard. Knocks down the first, and he is 20. That was earlier here in the second half. Wojcik knocks them both down, pushes the lead back up to 20.
Iowa looked like they were going to make a little bit of a game of it a little bit ago. Still got 8 minutes left, but a nice response from Michigan State here in this second half, too.
Sturts drives, Maniau double teamed right away. Howard, open 3, no. And a rebound, Ugo Chukwu. Boy, wash, rinse, repeat. They're just looking to get it inside to Kohler, no matter who's up top.
Iowa's really fought the post-ups hard the last couple of possessions on Kohler.
McCullough double team. Ugo Chukwu. Kohler fights for it. Couldn't come up with it. Koch with the rebound. Koch, after the excellent week in California, only has 3 points tonight. Sage to the bucket off the glass. Ball knocked away. And you couldn't quite save it. It'll come back to the Spartans.
To be in a position to win this game and just haven't shot it well enough collectively from beyond the arc.
Neither team has shot it well recently. Iowa's 0 for the last 7. State has taken advantage here, pushing that lead back up to 20. Fears ready to check back in. McCullough's had a couple of good moments in the second half and has another.
Just calm, right? Like in the post, the last 2 possessions, his patience and understanding where he wanted to get to at a really high level. It's also a tough cover for a freshman, Tate Sage, one-on-one on Jesse McCullough.
Yeah, that's 6'7" against 6'11". Ball got away from Iowa, scramble for it to get his Iowa portion of his career started, but tonight it has been all Michigan State since Iowa led 5-0. Poked away there by Fulgaris. McCullough has a season high in points. At 6, makes it a career high. Taken away by Sturts. Thought about giving to Fulgaris, and they set up the offense. Koch only has 3 points tonight. Doubles that to make it 6.
We said it. That was the guy Ben McCullum said needed to have a big game tonight. And Koch finally getting a long-range jumper to go down in this second half.
It's amazing he's the one player that's left over from what Iowa had last season. Just one. Ugo Kuchbu kicks it out. McCullough. Scott. Fears. In and out on the 3. Scott rebound. Earns them a new 20. Back inside to Kohler. Working on Fulgaris. Double teamed.
Got to get that ball swung quick when it gets thrown out of a double team.
3 to shoot. McCullough. Oh! Go ahead and smile. No smile, but 9 points. Howard, tough shot. Kohler, another rebound. 12 points, 11 boards. Scott. Kohler 3. Another offensive rebound. Rebounds now 35-16 in favor of Michigan State.
What cool moment there. Tom Izzo clapped at Fears and pointed to his head like applauding, said, way to be smart, pull it out. A really cool moment there. A deep run in March if you're not.
And the fact that he's gotten to the free throw line 10 times and made all 10, by the way, is a good sign of how aggressive he's been on offense, too.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Iowa has been the team that has been really good at getting to the line, and tonight it's totally flipped. It's Michigan State that's dominated the charity stripe.
That made 20 out of 21. Sturts wanted the step back. Fulgaris, 3 to shoot. Forced 3.
Wow.
Man, it's pretty when it goes.
Yeah, it's obviously had to get it up because of the shot clock situation, but Sturts can make that shot with regularity.
So he's got 14 points. Nobody else is close to double figures for the Hawkeyes right now. Now they want to get it inside, and Ugo Chukwu pretty to the glass.
Way to read that ball screen. Everybody get lifted up the floor, a little refusal, and hit the baseline, and an easy 2.
He started half of the games last year for Miami, first season at Michigan State, trying to find a home here for Tom Izzo.
Yeah, that's an easy one. Fears shoving the on-ball screen from Cooper Koch.
Defense, rebound, and run. Koch well short there. Banks comes up with it. So they've done 2 out of those 3 tonight. Defense and rebound.
Yep. Simple wins. And even Ben McCollum said it. He said Michigan State's not an overly complicated team.
Fears almost with the pick. Iowa 2 seconds to shoot. Koch. And a rebound skying is Cohen Carr. One of 4 Spartans in double figures tonight. He's got 15. And that's a game high, 15 points. And Michigan State has been awfully comfortable going to their left hand. And by that I mean playing the slow down game.
Yep.
You know how much they want to run. Carr. And almost.
Oh. Decent athletic pedigree.
Not bad.
Not bad.
See what kind of make you miss and change of direction he might have if he gets into the lane. The Fears right now with a season low in assists with only 7. That tells you a lot about how good he's been in that area. 14 points led by his work at the free throw line, making 10 out of 10. Inside of 2 minutes now, Michigan State ranks 7th in the nation, looking to push their record to 8-0. Carson Cooper, and they won't get the shot off that time. Bennett starts on the bench, likely for the rest of the night, after a frustrating go to the start of his Big Ten career. Takes Sage, stuffs one home.
Well, it was going to be a tall task tonight, obviously. You go to the reigning Big Ten champs on opening night in the Big Ten. It was going to be a challenge to win this game, but there might not be any one singular player more important to their team than Bennett Sturtz is to Iowa. And if he isn't on his A game, Iowa's going to obviously struggle a little bit, and Michigan State had a lot to do with forcing a tough night for Bennett Sturtz.
Carson Cooper earns 2 at the line. Both teams trying to empty the bench now. Brennan Walton. You think Coach Izzo just calls them by the numbers in practice?
Yeah, no doubt. And those guys, again, they were here a year ago. They're helping establish that identity and culture. You know, stuff's forged in practices, and that's everybody.
So Michigan State rising from 22 all the way up to 7 in the rankings. Again, no team has risen more at this point of the season on the back of 3 wins already over ranked teams. They're going to also have an impressive win over Iowa,
yes,
which came to East Lansing at 7-0. The turnaround rolls in for the Hawkeyes. Joey Mattione with his first bucket.
What a start to the season for Michigan State. Going to improve to 8-0. You said it, with the 3 ranked wins that are going to age nicely. North Carolina, Arkansas, Kentucky. Got a big one this weekend. The Dukies come to town.
Well, that'll be fun on Saturday,
yes,
huh?
It will.
Wojcik. See if he can earn a couple from the stripe. And Michigan State really found their footing early. That slowed down, physical kind of play that Iowa wanted. It got him that 5-point lead. It seemed like it took forever to get either team up over 10 points. Once they got past 10, that's when Michigan State really started to build this control.
And I agree. The thing about Michigan State, they want to rebound and run, but they can win a variety of styles of games. They can win a game in the 80s or the 90s. They can win a slower scoring grinder.
Might be point number 1 team-wise coming out of the night.
Yes.
Sanders got a hand on that one. Iowa stuck on only 50 points. Well, they push it up to 52. And the Spartans will be happy to slow this one down, let the final seconds run off the clock. Michigan State starts the Big Ten season 1-0 with a commanding win over Iowa. Record now 8-0 on the season. They could enjoy this one for a little bit and set their sights on another big-time matchup here inside the Breslin Center, taking on Duke on Saturday.